Okay, well, let's go ahead and
武器が
get back.
壊れかけてる。もう少しだけ持ってくれ。
I guess we can use this to really test. Okay, so is it 6 o'clock? It's still at 6 o'clock, yeah. Only hitting enemies actually does anything. Alright, let's go follow our partner. Come on, partner. Oh, so is there anything around here that I can steal, partner? I don't think there really was. Partner. Okay, focusing. Yeah, I've already seen focusing. Thanks for the reminder, though. Okay, it does a little bit less damage than a guard counter. Really doesn't seem to be worth it. So our focus isn't recharging. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be...
もういないよね。
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a worthwhile thing to do. Where are we going? Rico's house? I think this is forward progress, so we're gonna go check out the rest. Paused? What? Okay, that's weird. My controller's just dying a lot for some reason. I don't really know why. So we're just gonna plug it into a power supply. And hopefully the game doesn't crash. Yeah.
また道が。
What a dead end with red capsules. I can take someone's pills. Fantastic. And then just in case you need to, you can break. Get your sanity back a little bit. Alright. So trying out a slightly different position for the mic so it's not in the way. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything up here. Cool. Yeah, for the enemies, it seems to work best if you just guard counter them. A toolkit. Ooh. Use toolkits to repair and restore their durability. To repair weapons and restore their durability, toolkits can be added to your shortcut using down. Okay, so if there's a weapon that you want to keep, toolkit's good for that. So like if we get a knife or something, it's evidently a good weapon. Okay, more pills, I like it. I forget. How do we use our meds again? Ah, there it is. Well, we're at full health, so I'm not worried about it. What was it again? Right, build it. A dried carcass. Ah, nice. Those are delicious. Head back and catch up with Shu. Okay. I mean, Shu is somewhere. Yeah, our partner somewhere. Come on, do your thing. Cool, sounds good. Got him. Yeah, there's this one guard counter. It's one counter and then a few and then like 2 to 3 light attacks and they're down. What the? No, it's just the water. Yeah, before we sort of had an idea of where we were supposed to go. So usually this... Okay. Well, let's enshrine this dried carcass. Hang on to everything else for now. And let's keep going. Okay, so there's a light here, so that says we should probably go that way. Okay, more of the lusty dogs. Sounds good. This one, Anari's looking at our character and he's like, hell yeah, give me some of that. Yeah, this is where just taking care of one of them is probably a good idea. How many heavy attacks does it take? Right. Load attack spam after stagger is probably the way to go. The other one just takes too long. Ooh, a shoulder bag. Hell yeah. I go around with our purse, do all kinds of good stuff. Higurashi. Nice. Higashi. Okay, so flavored candies. Okay. Sounds good. So the reason we came here was for that pouch. Gotcha. I guess we can pop a pill, why not? ever so slightly too slow. By the way, don't go in construction zones, please. Yeah, good enough. We just got another pipe, so I'm not too worried about it. Hell yeah. It was totally the most startling thing ever. Oh. Stealing people's lunchboxes now. Hell yeah. We are a hoodlum after all. And a small crispy rice cracker. Okay. Okay, so if you have a lot of those, you can sort of snack on them a bunch, and they'll have a cumulative effect. How many do we have, technically? Okay, we have one. Got it. Figure it's like a bag of them, so maybe there's a lot more. So, bro. Okay, let's head. So now we're backtracking. Sounds good. We could go turn in some stuff, but I'm pretty sure we'll find an altar up ahead. What happened here? I don't know. What do we got? Cool. Ooh, we can go in people's yards. Steal all their carrots? Maybe? Or whatever those are. Definitely stealing their lunch though. It's their fault for leaving it out, right? Alright, let's enshrine some stuff. So this is basically our, we need to run away from something or be able to just attack something endlessly. This is our full heal. I don't think we need those. We need this just in case we get something that just makes us lose all our sanity again. Because it'll stop that from happening. Okay, restores current max sanity. If it increased your max sanity, that would be really nice. Basically a heal over time, and then this is increases if used continuously. This is basically one of those things where, like, I think it's an out of combat heal. I have a feeling that if you just hit it once, she'll eat one, and then that'll be it. But if you just leave it going, she'll, like, eat a bunch of them. Yeah, well, we have two that are open now, so that's good. Ooh, a sickle. Probably be a nicer weapon.
シュウいるか？
なんだ相棒。
今のこの状況、いつまでも宇宙船総ごっこをしていたい。 私かお前の夢の中ってことはないよな。
だったら互いの頬をつねり合ってみるか。
いや、自分の頬くらい自分でつねれる。
残念だが夢じゃないみたいだな。
So canonically, does this mean that we're not getting hit by stuff? Because presumably we've been taking damage. Alright, what seems to be the way forward? I'm gonna try this way and hope that's not the way. Hope this isn't the way forward. Cool, bills it is. Oh no. Okay, that's 5
先
hits.
生いますか？
I think Sensei's dead. Sensei got wrecked. I think we're at a one-shot range. That's good. Alright, let's break into Sensei's house. Oh man, can't coup de grace. Wow. Alright then. Strongest paper doors I've ever seen. She could just juggernaut her way through there. Alright, so we're alright. Alright, that creature is awake. It's time for it to die. Okay, so it's just gonna spawn as we're working on this. Ooh, yummy. Okay, so we have a drawer key. There's a locked drawer up here. Damn, she's not invisible. Local doctors note, even now, the trust given to long-standing physicians in the Iwai family is unshakably strong. When I spoke to the eldest member of the family at the gathering, I was astonished by their outstanding bounty of knowledge. Though, as they discussed the details of their practices with me, I got the hint that they might still be using controlled substances in their treatment. However, I think it best that I look the other way in this situation. While it is now illegal to produce the cloudy rice wine known as Doburoku, people across Japan were once free to make it as they needed. Perhaps operating within the gray area of legislation between traditional and modern medicine has always been the role of the local physician here. So is like the Buroku similar to like laudanum, which was a sort of like 18th century medicinal. It had opium in it. It had opium in it.
誰かいるの？
It had opium in it. Ooh. Autopsy report. Undetermined cause of death. Undetermined cause of death, case 09. Body was astonishingly malnourished, and the calvarium had split open like it had burst from the inside. The cranial bones had been hollowed out and filled with insect eggs, later identified as belonging to various species, including locusts, grasshoppers, and crickets. No evidence to suggest they were put there by human hand. Seemed to be planted by insects naturally. I'm assuming the eggs. Highly unusual behavior considering the current harsh winter temperatures. Yet another corpse to come through with an inexplicable cause of death. At least this one was easier to stomach than case 08. All bodies with unexplainable causes of death are kept secret and swiftly handed over to the police department. In turn, the police department immediately disposes of such bodies without so much as a customary glance. Additional notes. This man was suspected of blaspheming against religious doctrine. He seems to bear some kind of grudge against the Inari faith. It's always the same with these strange corpses. After all, there can only be one outcome for not paying reverence to Oinari-san. Oh no. Pray or die. Alright, so we have a new Omamori. I think it was Pine. Increases max health. Awesome. I mean, we really are focusing on parrying. So I'm gonna go with that. Hell yeah. I actually needed to do it. Well, we didn't need to, but whatever. Anything new in here?
武器が壊れそうだ。
Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's get out of here. So you could go down there, but I'm gonna head this way because it's kind of a straight line. easier sort of to map. It's easier to map this place out in straight lines, so that's what we're probably gonna do. Ooh, a bandage. So far we are on track to get what's probably the bad ending. It's like you took too many pills. You end up homeless.
この先にある咲子んとこの神社よく行ったな。
What's this? Let's hold Jihinsai. I don't know. I don't think Japanese has a ch sound, so Jihinsai. Jihinsai? Whether you're building a house or putting it down, digging a well or filling one up, it's all done upon an Arisama's land. We should show our gratitude to an Arisama by holding a whatever that is. Holding a thing at the blah 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 is especially important for wells. Lest we forget the ancient lake of poisonous water. Lest we forget the ancient tale of the poisonous water dragon that once wreaked havoc until an Arisama finally sealed it deep underground. Digging new wells is just like opening up an air hole for the terrible dragon, and if we're not careful, we risk facing its wrath once more. That's why we must have a Jadwajatra. Exclusive prize for first-time customers. Exclusive price. Special deals for requests on unlucky calendar days. What were those, like, Japanese, like, Buddhist priests in, like, the old time? I forget what they were called. I could look it up, but I don't want to. Basically, they were just, like, Buddhist or Shinto priests that would come and do cleansing rituals. Okay, dolls. The celluloid doll. It looks like a doll that I had when I was young. Don't have mine anymore, but there was a time when it felt like a friend to me. In my opinion, a doll is a toy for girls. Because of this, I always felt like my doll was telling me I should act more like a girl when I was playing with it. One day, I was told by a girl that I couldn't play house with her and the other girls because I also hung out with the boys. From that day on, I didn't want to play with the girls anymore, and so I threw the doll away. Space Wars. This is a game that Shu and I played together when we were kids. Basically, aliens known as the Galactic Imperium would arrive in UFOs in droves, and we would fight them to protect the town. Playmates would come and go. We called them new recruits and fallen ones, respectively. And in the end, Shu and I were the only ones left, standing to combat the Galactic Imperium. The Shinansugi Shrine, a lonely little shrine situated on the outskirts of town. The name Senensugi Shrine sure sounds fancy, but that's all that it has going for it. Even though Sugaoka is full of elderly believers, the shrine rarely gets any visitors. They instead go to what's closest to them, and that's the Inari statue. Sekako's family serves the shrine, including fulfilling the role of head priest. Sakako is quite proud of this fact, but I don't know if the same could be said about her parents. I remember that Sakako once said. What Sakako once said. Senensugi Shrine didn't used to be the small shrine that we know. The real shrine, it was situated in the mountains, and it was much more impressive than it is now. Long ago, there was an actual 1,000-year cedar that was worshipped as a divine vessel. Unfortunately, it was struck by lightning and burned to ash. Upon losing its divine vessel, the shrine was abandoned and became the small shrine it is present day. Well, that is rather unfortunate. Fog monsters. Dark shrine monster. We have our buds. Fox mask. A mysterious man who wears a fox mask. He never takes it off, so I feel I have yet to see his true self. He has such a refined air about him. I think he must come from a very well-off family. For whatever reason, he seems to know me well and treats me kindly. He's almost like a prince from a fairy tale. Maybe there's reason for that. In fact, this whole situation feels like a story from a book. Who are you? And why are you leading me down this path? Ah, cool. We have more. Shu's always had a vast knowledge of plants and flowers, so his nickname came to be Professor Horticulture. He has so many aspirations for his future. He wants to be a gardener, herbalist, Matsutake farmer, and a member of the Space Army. That's right, cadet. And partner. She comes from a long line of pharmacists and space warriors, with his grandmother still working as one. Following the war, a town doctor was finally able to open an actual practice. Before that, the Iwais were said to be stand-ins for doctors. As Shu was a grandma's boy, he spent a lot of time learning about various types of plants, flowers, and medicinal herbs. That seemed to have sparked his interest in medicine, which eventually led to him learning first aid. It seems that he was interested in learning first aid because of his family lineage as pharmacists, and to fulfill his duty as being a member of the Space Army. I will admit, I can be quite stubborn at times. That's still old. Unlike my sister Junko, I was always the golden child. I've been a handful ever since I was little. My parents told me that I never listened to a single word they said. I'd make my mom cry and my dad furious. But Junko was always there for me. She understood me. She looked out for me. That's why I loved my sister and have always done what she asked for me. Or, at least I tried. She would smooth things out between me and my parents, which made life in the house a little more bearable. That is, until she got married, of course. Thanks, sister. Going and getting married and leaving me here all by myself? How could you? Alright, let's see.
咲子、この神社を昔みたいに盛り上げるんだっていつも言ってたな。
All right. What's this? Aurora. Alright, are we gonna get jumped on the way back? It's you.
おい相棒、リンコの家はそっちじゃないぜ。
ごめん、ぼんやりしてた。
ここサクコの家の神社だよな。
うん。
あんまり思い詰めるな。急いでリンコを探そう。
そうだな。行こう。
Alright, super boss time. Huh? What was that noise? Let's go kill it. Divine water, nice. Okay, we can go slightly off the rails here. Nice. Not too far off the rails though. That's not allowed. I wonder what the remnants of the... Wish the Great Pine was out in the mountains, so it wouldn't be here. Alright. Well, we are back in town. There's a turnoff over here that we can go on. Head in a nice straight line. Sort of find the perimeter of places. Nice. Replaced our steel pipe. Our largely damaged steel pipe with a fresh one. Fantastic. Okay, is there anything else in here? I don't think so, unless we're able to go more back here. Doesn't look like it. Alright. Sounds good. So this was pretty much what a lot of rice and wheat farms did look like back in the day. Rice paddies would be more of... I think these... Are these rice paddies? I think these are rice paddies. I think so. You have a nice area where that you can flood with water. You have irrigation around it to sort of catch the water as it filters out. Yeah, those are rice paddies. What's up, girl? How you doing? I was really interested in guarding that food.
Nani?
What the hell was that? Okay, so that means we kind of have to go into that central area. We don't have a choice. Right, let's go check it out. Let's check out these offshoots. I suppose. Find something of use in here. Hell yeah. Already looted. Partner was here earlier. You need to jump up here, right? Yeah, you need to do your whole jump thing. Cool. Now, if only we got experience for killing enemies. Ooh, chocolate. The most delicious of all things. Let us home. I no longer recognize my husband. He gets blackout drunk most days, and when he's drunk, he turns violent. I don't think I can keep living this way. Not with his cruelty. Not with his cruelty day by day, day after day after day. Where did the kind man I met when our marriage... I met when our marriage was being arranged go? My eldest child is only 3 years old, and I have another growing inside me. Life is too hard to keep living, but I'm forbidden to die. Mom, Dad, I've always done as you asked, no matter what it was. This will be my first and last selfish act. Please forgive me.
ひどすぎる。こんなのあんまりだ。
Yeah. So she just, yeah. I guess I could use something that increases my... We have a lot of bandages, which isn't bad. I mean, the first aid kit's gonna be better than one bandage. Damn it! I should have used one bandage. I wouldn't have to worry about it. So yeah, with these rice paddies, you can go walking through them. It's just, it'll be really, really muddy. So you want something like clogs or something like that. Bring it on, pal. So you need me to run past something to trigger you to jump out. Or not. Okay, this is the other side of that place. A dried carcass. Yeah, let's pop some more pills. We'll get the dried carcass later, I guess. So... Okay, you're a strong one. That seems to heal a bunch. I don't know how much it heals though. Haven't been sufficiently jacked up to really find out. School paper cutouts. Legend of Ebisugaoka's monster. Ayakakashi. Ayakakashi. Long ago, there was a sighting of a scarecrow monster known as Ayakakashi here in Ebisugaoka. It appeared one sweltering summer day deep within the crop fields, dancing a most peculiar of dances, like a ripple of hot air. People warned not to let one's gaze settle for too long upon its bizarre figure, and try to get close to Ayakakashi, for it will chase any who do to the ends of the earth before taking their lives. Did we gaze too long into the Ayakakashi? Wait, we might be the Ayakakashi. Okay, I think it had some immunity frames there. Oh no.
これが壊れたらどうする？
This one's one. We'll go to that one.
気持ち悪い。
ひなこか？この気持ち悪いのには触るなよ。毒があるかもしれない。右の庭から回ってこっちに来い。
わかった。
Okay, it looks like boss fight time. Getting a little bit of a boss fight in here. Why did she wipe her face after taking a pill? Okay, well something just dropped down there. Or Yume, we'll take that later. Elizabeth!
でかい化け物が出た。
僕まで行けないんだ。逃げ込め。俺は窓をこじ開ける。
Okay, cool. We're not stuck. Let's see, I think it's time for a, oh, we don't have first aid on there. Awesome. Alright, I think it's time for some focus attacks. Okay, let's move around some stuff on here. Okay, we're gonna put that down there. Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Good to know. Nice.
まずいな。 機が壊れそうだ。まだだ。もっと回さないと。まだ生きてる。まずい。
Okay, so he just has a flail around the top. Guess we'll try that. It's a heal, isn't it? Ah. Nice.
よし。
Nice little boss fountain. Okay, let's go get all this stuff and then get out of here. Okay, so enemies can hit you through animations, so we're just going to lead him over here. And then we're going to juke him and go into the storeroom.
Hinako! 蔵の窓だ！急げ！
壊れた。
Okay, well, she can't get out, so I'm not going to worry about it.
大丈夫か？
なんとかな。
よかった。純子さんに頼まれたんだ。何があってもお前を守れってな。
お姉ちゃんが？
ずいぶん前の話さ。さあ、行こうぜ。
行こう。
Okay, cool. So yeah, the big guy, he just respawns after a little bit. If you want to, you can go back in there. I guess you can't go back in there. But, just in case you wanted to get that carcass again, maybe? No. No, you can't go back. But this isn't forward progression, so that means there's probably something over here. Ooh, Inari sushi. Traditional dish made from sushi rice, stuffed inside seasoned deep fried tofu skins, and has a soft, juicy texture, and is said to be Inari-sama's favorite type of offering. Oh. Yeah, next time we find the shrine, we'll be dumping a lot of stuff into there. And hey, here we go. Alright. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. We'll put those in there. We have plenty of healing and toolkits. Oh, okay, 69, huh? Alright.